From everyone's point of view, Shane could be seen as an insane individual. Did he go too far when it came to Lori? Yes. Was he out of line when he killed Otis? Yes. But when it comes to the group's survival, Shane was right about everything. For those who may not be familiar with Shane Walsh, he is a character in the popular TV show The Walking Dead. Shane is a former police officer and one of the main characters in the first 2 seasons of the show. The world of The Walking Dead is a very different place from our own. It is a world where the rules of society have broken down and the only way to survive is to do whatever it takes to stay alive. In this world, the traditional moral codes and laws that we follow in our own society may not always apply. Shane's approach to survival is more practical and realistic. In a world where the undead roam the earth and humans are constantly in danger, it is important to be able to make tough decisions quickly and without hesitation. Shane is able to do this, while Rick often struggles with the weight of his decisions and the moral implications of his actions. The first 2 seasons basically revolve around Shane's disagreement with the group's leader, Rick, on how to handle the challenges they face in the post-apocalyptic world they live in. While Rick believes in trying to maintain a sense of morality and upholding the law, Shane believes that in a world overrun by zombies, the only way to survive is to do whatever it takes, even if it means breaking the law or violating moral codes. Shane tells Lori that Rick isn't built for this world.
Rick ain't built for this world.
Meaning Rick couldn't do the necessary things to be able to keep the group alive when it really came to it. As the show progresses, it becomes clear that Shane is becoming increasingly unhinged and desperate to hold on to power within the group. He becomes willing to do whatever it takes to maintain his position, including lying, manipulating, and even killing. This behavior leads many to question whether Shane is actually insane and whether his approach to survival is truly the right one. First, it is important to consider the unique circumstances of the world of The Walking Dead. This is a world where the rules of society have broken down and the only way to survive is to do whatever it takes to stay alive. In this kind of world, it is not always possible or even desirable to follow a moral code, and sometimes it is necessary to do things that might seem immoral in order to survive, like killing people.
Right. Besides, I already made you a promise.
His willingness to do whatever it takes often leads him to make ruthless and even dangerous decisions. His mental state also deteriorates as the show progresses, leading him to become increasingly paranoid and dangerous. Shane starts to shoot Hershel's zombie, trying to prove that no living thing could take the gunshots and still walk.
Right, man. That is tough.
Overall, the episode ends with the group clearing out the Barn of Walkers, aka Hershel's family and friends. The last walker to walk out of the barn is Sophia, turned. Carol breaks down crying and the group can't believe their eyes. The amount of emotion on the screen is just phenomenal. Shane killed all of the walkers but couldn't find it in him to kill Sophia, letting us know Shane's true character. Throughout the first 2 seasons of the show, Shane is deeply in love with Lori and becomes increasingly jealous and possessive of her. He is unable to accept that Lori is in love with Rick and becomes increasingly bitter and resentful towards him as a result. He becomes determined to protect Lori and the baby at all costs and becomes increasingly violent and paranoid as a result. This ultimately leads to a confrontation with Rick that results in Shane's death. Shane's obsession with Lori is a significant factor in his descent into madness and ultimately leads to his demise. It is a tragic example of how love and obsession can have destructive consequences in the world of The Walking Dead. Of course, this is just one perspective on the character of Shane Walsh and the conflicts he faced in The Walking Dead. Ultimately, it is up to each individual viewer to decide whether they believe Shane was right or not. But it is worth considering the unique circumstances of the world of The Walking Dead and the practicality of Shane's approach to survival. Thank you for watching. Do you think Shane was right? Let me know your opinion in the comments below.